Hello, welcome guys. Another 5 minutes with Sean, maybe 10. I am still in Las Vegas. Feels like I've been here forever, but we are getting unbelievable content, and today is no different. I am joined by the rock star himself, Mat Koenig. Matt, how are you, man?
I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm awesome, man. Thanks a lot for coming on. Thanks a lot more so for having us out to the show. It was incredible.
You rocked it, man. The feedback on your session was amazing, by the way. So thank you for being part of it. We loved it. Chris and I just blessed to have you.
It was great to do it, man. It was great to do it. So the really reason I want to have you on the show, obviously we're down here for conferences. We have yours. We have the big one going on across the street. How did it all start? How did Rockstar? It's only a 15-minute show. I know you're I know you're a great storyteller. But give me the short version of kind of how it happened. And I know you've got your man on the side, Chris. You guys all work together. That's your team up front, right? I've got my guy Jeff, same way. How did it come together, man?
Well, dude, really, it started because of Chris. Okay. I didn't want to do it. Chris had been pushing me for a while. He's like, dude, we go to all these conferences. We got some great connections. We should just do a conference of our own. And I was like, I'm out on that deal. And then
why? Initially, why?
Frankly, I just thought it was probably going to be a whole lot of work and no money. And that part was actually true. But, the real reason was we had so many other projects going on, too. I just didn't think we could do it. And then one day, Grant Cardone happened to be on Meerkat, and he was talking about me. And Chris was like, dude, Grant's talking about you on Meerkat. And I pull up Meerkat, and Grant's like, oh, he's here. Let me cameo him in. And then we're talking. He's like, I want to do one thing for you. What can I do? And Chris is like, tell him to be at our conference and be the keynote. And I'm like, hey, we're going to do this conference in March. Why don't you come be our keynote? He's like, what's the date? And Chris gave me a date. I'm like, this date. And he's like, that's my birthday. I'm in. And so we're like, well, okay, we're doing it for sure. Because we just got Grant Cardone.
Right.
And we did it, and it was cool, and it was so fun. And we were like, okay.
But you guys did it locally, right? Michigan, the whole thing, right?
Kalamazoo, dude. The worst place you could think. Most expensive airport to fly into.
It is the most expensive.
It was like a month after the Uber driver shooting. Like, everything was, against it. And, 70 people. Grant, Elaine, and the kids come in on his birthday. Man, it was a great deal. And we thought that was such a great experience, right? We'll hang on to it and put it in the memory bank and move on. And then, a couple weeks later, about a month later, Chris is like, dude, there's 3,300 unique visitors hitting our website, and the traffic is just going stupid on this 2-page site we threw together about the conference. Yeah. And then we started getting when's the next one? When's the next one? And we were like, shit, I guess we should do another one.
Yeah.
Then we did it, and then we started getting people going. My life was changed. We got a guy, Jerry Peppers, was like, I've never sold 20 cars in my life. Since I went to Rockstar, I've never averaged less than 20 cars a month. And we're like, holy shit, that's amazing. Changing. After the second one, Jerry's like, I've never broken 30 cars. First time in my life, I'm leading the board. I sold over 30 cars in a month. And we're like, holy shit, this is changing lives. Right. Then we're like, well, let's keep doing it. You can't not.
And that was 2016, right?
Yeah.
First show?
2016 was the first show.
First show. So you do the first show. You end up, as you said, basically after all said and done, breaking even after buying people cocktails, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
we
good.
did have 50 pizzas to take home.
Yeah, right. So you had extra food. So you made money in the food world, which is always good. You decided to come to Vegas, right, and put on the next one.
Yeah, our third one was here. After Dallas, we did Vegas, yeah.
After Dallas, did Vegas. And you've already done this year, did Nashville?
We did Nashville this year. We did Vegas earlier this year, and then Vegas again this past weekend.
Great. And what's the next show? I think it's the spring?
Next one is in May, 13, 14. The second Monday, Tuesday in May.
Okay.
Out here in Las Vegas at the D.
At the D again.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you something. There's something about the way I was told about your show, or you're looking for speakers through Sean Kelly, right? Yeah. You guys are connected, and I think we all know
he's a great
Sean
guy.
Kelly is just an unbelievable. Nothing can ever not be perfect. You can always do it. It doesn't matter if you've got one leg, you can run like you have two. Don't worry about it. We're gonna figure it out. And that is Sean Kelly, right?
Truth.
So he calls me and he says, "Dude, you gotta submit to this." And I said, "Man, why do I know that name? Why do I know that name?" He says, "Oh, it's Rockstar." I said, Nope, it's something else. He goes, "Well, I don't know anything else he did." I go, Buscador. So that's what it was.
It is.
Startup Alley 2013, right?
Yep.
Was Chris there?
No, Chris was not with us
Chris was not with you
at Driving Sales back then. No, that was literally 2 months after we started the company. All we had was a PowerPoint slide showing people what the site would look like.
I know.
And it didn't even exist yet. We sold our first client, but I got him to say, yeah, I'll be on. But shit, we didn't even launch it for 4 months after.
I know. And we had just started. That was October. We had started months before ourselves. We started in May of that year and came down to Startup Alley, and a good idea, bad execution, as most good ideas go.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. But I wonder. I didn't see I didn't see anything on social media about call for speakers, right? I didn't see this big, because all the other shows put on this huge submit, blah blah blah. Your submission process is different. It seems like you also maybe it's wrong, but you seem like you use referrals more than you do just this open call or almost like an invite thing. Is it close or no? So
we put out a call. I think the reason you see it more from the bigger events is because they've been around longer, so they got a bigger audience, right? We put out a call, but the challenge of being the new kids on the block is that people are like, hey, I've sort of maybe heard of it, but a lot of people hadn't yet.
Right.
So we put out a call, but the cool thing is once somebody's part of it, they're like, shit, I gotta tell my friends.
Yeah, no, we're that way.
I gotta get those guys to also be part of it.
Yeah.
So that's the exciting thing to us is that. But yeah, because we're not as big, I think a lot of people just hadn't heard of it as much. But we put the calls out there, things like that. But I think a lot of folks are just so used to going, okay, NADA and Digital Dealer are these big shows, so that's where I should be submitting. And I think they don't realize the difference in what you do when you participate in ours. Because the speaker process is way different. We hold our speakers to a whole different accountability level.
Right, you do.
But but it's also good for them because it helps them really build real relationships with the audience.
Right, so I have to ask, right? Because you promised that I'm coming back. So
yeah.
I've got you now again on air saying it.
Absolutely,
so it's going to happen.
Bro.
Do I have to do the 30-minute again?
No, so...
Is it like a proven, like, hey, we got you one time, now we just need an overview. Like, what's next?
I love this. So once somebody's been at our event, we've seen you speak and we know, then we don't need that. But, people think they when we put that out there and we said, look, we need to see a video of you presenting somewhere else. If you don't have one, record you doing a presentation.
Right.
People don't realize Coach Sherry Wynn is an Olympic champion, and she did a 30-minute presentation submission for us.
Yeah. For
a crowd of 60 people, 80 people. It's like, and this is an Olympian and a national championship coach. Because we know our whole mission with Rockstar is your quality of life needs to be better when you leave than when you came in. And if somebody can't do that from the stage, it's not that they're a bad person. It's just that this isn't the right show for you.
Got it.
We're not the good old boys club. You can't write us a check to get on the stage and shit all over everybody with your product. You can't do it.
There's no selling.
No.
There was no selling. There was. It's not your fault. I mean, some people just don't have a choice, right? Their product aligns with their thought process, and it all just kind of throws up, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you said. Again, it's not like there's no. I love the fact that you walk into Rockstar and there's none of these signs about fucking stumping or making deals on the floor or. You want everyone to talk, and the speed dating thing, dude, from a vendor side, right? Because that's, I guess, what I'm considered, whatever, is so cool. Like, to watch you do that, have everyone go around, I thought, man, what an opportunity. What do your vendors say to you after they get done with that?
Dude, we're the only event that's ever done this. Yeah. They love it, and here's the cool, and we're glad that the sponsor partners love it, but you know what? The attendees love it, because they go, I get to connect and hear, like, okay, elevator pitch me. Because let's face it, like when we're calling a deal and we're trying to get a 10-minute, 20-minute appointment, and they're like, yeah, I've got this much time.
Yeah.
And so for our sponsor partners, pack it all into 90 seconds, and our attendees go, okay, now I want to connect with them deeper.
Right.
And so they're like, okay, now at lunch I can, or now tonight if we go out together we can. And it's just, man, we just try and come up with unique ways that'll benefit everybody in the room. And I will say this, we tell people you can't get up there and do an infomercial, but we always tell our speakers, right, let people know who you are and how they can get in touch with you so they can do business with you. So make sure you do let them know at the end, because one thing a lot of people don't know, nobody that's on our stage has ever been paid by us. From Sean Thomas, who's a $20 million guy who you would have to pay $20,000 to do an hour keynote, or Lisa Copeland, who's a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 keynote speaker. Yeah, Lisa flew in for free on her dime, and she was delayed. She literally flew into Vegas for 4 freaking hours just to speak at Rockstar. Now, she just came from an OEM event that paid her $20,000.
Right.
Kendrick Show by Steve Hart. Here's another $10,000, $15,000 keynote speaker for an hour, speaking for free, because they believe in this movement.
Yeah, and so do we, and that's what I think. I think a lot of people need to see that as, first of all, initially right away, right? We saw the 30-minute video. I remember calling him going, the fuck am I going to do on a 30-minute video? You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to get this? I'm going to sit in the basement? And we said, no, we already have a show, but it was audio only. We're like, well, that's not going to work. We got to do this. So we set up, I shoot the show, you're in, I'm excited, everything's cool. We show up to the show, and it's the single stage. Was that always the goal for you? And will it continue to stay the goal for you as the single stage? Or do you hope to have a big enough event where you have breakouts?
So the crazy thing is, Chris and I came out here 2 years ago to a network marketing event. We don't do network marketing. It's called GoPro, and it was Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, all this. One room, 16,000 people. And we went, how do you pull this shit off?
Right.
And we watched it and went, this is what Rockstar needs to become. And it was like mind-blowing. We were like, imagine thousands of people, one room, you never miss any content.
Right.
And imagine doing Rockstar speed dating with 16,000 people. This energy, the energy of all of the people in one room is unmatched. And when we looked at breakouts, it's not that they're good, bad, or indifferent.
Sure. We
just went, look, if it's a salesperson, somebody talking about sales, if you're a leader, you should hear it too anyway.
Right.
You should know what your people are being taught so you can coach to that, right? I'm not saying we'll never do breakout sessions. We've talked about it. We've got other little rooms. So it's like, okay, if this is specific or a round table, maybe we will. But we don't want people to miss out on something that could make them money. So instead of doing breakouts during speakers, we thought about doing breakouts during breaks. Okay, we're going to have a 30-minute break for breakout sessions. BBC, this, whatever.
I mean, dude, I gotta tell you, just the words alone make sense, right? The breakout session during the break.
Get out of the room during the fucking break,
right.
And if you're a manager, go connect.
Yeah, do it by rooms, right? Salespeople, executives, and the
you want data, go do the Car Biz Done Better. Go in that room if that's your deal.
Yeah.
If you're a marketing person, go in this room with Bobby Aaron.
Right.
If you're a sales trainer, go with Damian Boudreaux.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking.
You want leadership? Listen to Sean Kelly, whatever, right?
Yes.
Whatever the story
you
is.
need coaching to get your life on track. Go be with Sean Kelly.
Coaching to get your life on track.
Yes.
That's what he does, though. It is.
He's amazing, dude. He coaches us. We love Sean.
I know. He had kind of talked to me. He had said I talked to Matt after the show or before the show, and I'm doing a little coaching for him. And he said, I'm helping Matt get through some things or whatever. And
I was such an asshole.
But you have no idea. I happened to be in South Dakota, hanging out with Owen Moon. And at dinner, he says, "You're not gonna fucking believe who called me." And what do I know about nothing? He says, "I talked to Matt today." There's a little what story. I don't get into any. He doesn't really care. Trust me, dude. Like I said, I don't get invited back somewhere. So I know I'm an asshole. So
I commented on something he said on Auto Dealer Live, and he thought I was like shitting on him.
Right. So you guys end up connecting, and he comes away from it going, "That's all I ever wanted. I just want to have a brief discussion with him, clear the air, and we're super fucking cool."
And the funny part, I was never mad at him, but what Sean brought to life for me, which was really cool, was the perception, because I'm a real direct communicator, right?
Sure.
Owen had made a comment about something, and I was on Auto Dealer Live afterwards, and I was like, I think it's great that Owen said that, but here's why it's complete horse shit.
Sure.
And then I said, here's this. Now, in my heart of hearts, I knew Owen, what he meant was probably different, but if people hear X word, they probably interpret it, whatever.
Sure.
And I didn't realize, because I'm thinking, well, Owen and I are friends, so he'll take it the right way. Well, little do I know, Owen's feelings are hurt by it.
Right.
And when Sean's always like, well, I'm like, yeah, that's, but like, I wasn't trying to I was like busting his balls a little bit, but I wasn't like hating on him. Yeah. So I called Owen, I'm like, dude, I never knew you. I'm like, shit, I didn't know you felt that way.
Right. And I told him, I said, honestly, you kind of could have manned up and been like, dude, it didn't really go with me. I thought we were friends.
It hurt my feelings.
And you would have said, and that's okay, right? I mean, guys amongst guys hurt your feelings. It's okay to say that.
Yeah, we don't admit it publicly.
No, it's okay.
Like, I'm made of steel, but bro.
Right.
Yeah, had he called me, had he been like, dude, what's up with that? I would have been like, oh, bro, I didn't mean to shit on you. I would have posted like, love you, Owen. Hey, this is what I meant by that.
Sure.
And whatever.
It's always the context that missing in text. Do you know what I mean? No matter how it's written, it's never word for word.
And on a live deal, dude, it's so hard.
It is.
You're on a live show. It's like
we were on Auto Deal Live. It was cool. It's all right. People come in. Some people get mouthy and have different debates that are meaningless to me, but. People like to debate stupid shit. So what do I care?
True story.
So with Rockstar being what it is today, and I know you showed me the dream when we were at the D, and I want to help any way I can fulfill the dream because I think it just looks cool, man. You got this stage, you got this idea of people, and you talked about the numbers. How does Rockstar go about trying to get the message out? Like what ways can people connect with the Rockstar Conference to know what's going on, to be part of membership? Like, what does that look like?
There are a couple different ways. Listen, if they're on Facebook, which I know you're not,
And
if they're on Facebook, they could join the Rockstar Wolf Pack. It's a club. It's a private group.
Okay.
Where people that are part of this, they share content, they share motivational stuff. It's free.
Okay.
Just join it.
Okay.
If they want to come to the next event, this is something we've never done. We just put it out. We've got this sales trainer showdown, leadership trainers, sales trainers, BDC trainers, and possibly F&I trainers.
Dude, the showdown is
it's going to be in May.
It's going to be dope.
First day, educational content. Second day, battle of the best. Win a belt. But the thing with that is, the first time ever we've done this, and it's for the first 50 people that buy tickets. Right now, that's it. Go to rockstarconference.com.
Okay.
If you go there for $95, you can get your ticket. And once you put one ticket in the cart, you'll notice it says companion ticket $7.95. We'll go to $0. So for $95, they can go get a buy one get one right now, until the first 50 are sold.
That's it.
Because when the first 50 are sold, it's 100 people, and we're only going to allow in the room 230 people tops.
That's it.
And that counts the sponsors too. So the best way they can hook up, go fucking spend $95 on yourself and care.
Right.
If you're a GM, if you're an owner, go spend it 5 times, send 10 people.
Man.
Like their lives will change. Your store will make money.
I love it. I'm not a trainer, so I can't be a part of it.
You can speak on the first day.
Well, I feel whatever.
There you go.
I told him, I said, I think one day I'd like to not bust in on Frank's area, but I think I'd enjoy being an MC of certain things. I like the way Frank does things. He's you hook up with pros, man. That's what I like about your deal. It's clean. If I had my say, I hope you always keep it one stage and break it out on the breaks and allow people to make those decisions, because the big stage, people hear messages, and you have your diversity, right? You got the big guys that get paid. You got the guys like me who are just starting. You got the guys in dealership like Josh. I mean, you kind of cover it. Have you ever thought about kind of just inviting your choice of speakers as opposed to having them supply and tell you what content they want to bring? You ever thought about just saying, I want you, and you, and you, and I hope you can speak on this, this, and this?
So we have talked about that. So we've reached out to people and said, hey, we'd love if you'll be part of. Like with Lisa and Sean Thomas, for example, and Frank. Like we were like, hey Frank, would you MC the event? And do you also want to do a session? And he's like, I'll do anything you guys want. I love the movement. I'll be part of it. We asked Lisa, would you like to? And she said, I would love to. Same with Sean. So we do reach out to people that we say, this was great. Would you like to be part of this again? With some people, it's a challenge because they've got one track that they speak on.
Sure.
And with Rockstar, one of the things we always guarantee our attendees is, especially if they're a member, because we do memberships, which nobody else does either. Right? So you be a member, you do.
And that's all on rockstar.com. Membership, the layout, what's in it, how it works.
Yeah, so if they're a member, it's like you can come to every event. So if people are continually paying to come to something, they don't want to keep paying and hear the same shit.
Sure.
So one of the things with our speakers is, well, 2 things. One, it's got to be unique to Rockstar. Like, you can't have done this at any other event. Not because any other event's bad, because if they saw you there, then they're wasting their money hearing your shit again.
Right.
So 1, it's got to come here and die here. And 2, if you're speaking here, you can't speak in the same thing again. You just can't. We need you to shift gears. Now, if your shtick is on data, cool. Then come up with a different presentation on a different part of data people need to know about, right? So we keep it unique like that. So we do invite speakers, and we do reach out to them, but we're like, hey, do you want to be part of? And if so, what can you bring different? And we think this is a good way to go. And we do think that one stage is the best way to go. We really do. But now it's just like how many people, how many lives can we change, right?
Right.
So the best way to get it out there is we like folks like yourself who go, man, I love the movement. I believe in it. I'm going to talk about it. Shit, we walked in a digital dealer yesterday and had so many people going, dude, I heard this about your guys' event. It was so great. And we're like, who told you that? Like people that we haven't seen in a year, and they're like, man, somebody was just talking about Rockstar. I'm like, is it Sean Welsh?
Dude, that's what. Well, people said me like, dude, I heard you were at Rockstar. I'm like, well, how the fuck did you know that? You weren't there, And it's all this. But that's the cool part about it, right? That's why we do what we do. I don't know if what you shared with me before we went on air, I don't want to put you in a bad spot, but you streamed this event.
Yeah.
What is the plan? If we can't, then we can't talk about it. What is the plan for the stream? Because mainly, so like my podcast, right? We put it out there, all this right here. We put it out all the time, Facebook, whatever. Mm-hmm. We ran some numbers a while ago after doing Facebook boosts, right? See what happens. Yep. And we found that the podcast is followed by a bunch of women who are 60 and older.
Well, because you're a good-looking guy.
No, the joke is it's my mom and all her friends, right?
Yes!
But if I come full circle because my mom's blowing my phone up, she wants to see my presentation. I'm like, Mom, I got to buy it. I got to figure out what I got to do. I'll get it to her, whatever. She's like, but honey, I want to see it. Matt, how can people get in front of what just happened so that they can make sure they don't miss this shit in the future?
For the first time ever, we're actually putting this content out free. So normally, to be able to watch the events, you have to join even the web membership, join the club, spend $150 a year, and you can watch every conference we've ever done. But for this conference, we're actually, the video content will come back at the end of the week. Next week, we're going to clean it all up, upload it to the site, and people are going to be able to watch every one of the speaker sessions 100% free. Because we feel like if people can see this, and Chris was like, dude, people just need to experience this. So I was like, bro, let's.
Dude, you're so fortunate to have the same relationship that I have, right? I mean, you have someone that grounds you on the back half, right? You've got your lady who I met, sweet gal, probably does the same thing for you outside of work, but your work wife, as it is, right? This is what they do,
Chris
right?
Is the best business partner I could have in the whole wide world.
I say the same thing. My wife's my CFO, so there's 3 of us as a business partner, but this dude, he keeps me grounded, right? He keeps me in his space because we're thinkers. We're front men. We just had 3 while we were sitting here, and then we're going to have 3 more in the lockdown, and he's going to tell me all 6 are stupid. Don't waste our time on it, and I'm going to go, all right, at least I thought about it, right? So it's going to be available live. So this is going to air on Monday.
We'll start uploading it Monday, and then we'll push out. We'll put it right on the homepage of the site. You'll see something that says "Click here to watch."
Okay. So later this week, our episode that we're doing right now will air on Monday. So by the end of that next week, there should be some content available out there. All of it. It'll be there available. And so we can just share it without our net, right? Mm-hmm. Will it be individual videos or the whole show?
All of them will be individual videos, so you'll be able to share with anybody and everybody you want in any way that you want.
Gosh, Mom's gonna be so happy.
I'm so glad that I can make your mom happy. Hi, Sean's mom.
Yeah, mom, Matt's going to make it happen for you. We made it today. That's the great news. So, Matt, when you get done with these, do you run, because I saw you guys are so transparent, right? You sent out the survey, and then the next day I get an email that says, oops, our bad. Our bad. Here's what we need. Do you get a lot of engagement back from that?
Yeah, so, the cool thing is, as soon as the survey went out, Chris immediately was like, bro, you left off the day 2 speakers. And I'm like, I went in and put them in, but apparently I didn't hit save on SurveyMonkey. So I sent out the oops emails. We do get feedback on it, and that's how we determine too, like what sessions did people really connect with, and where do we need to tune it up? Sure. Listen,
did you provide it to the speakers, or is this internal use only? Like, do you come back to us and like, hey, bro, you missed the mark, you swore too much. In my case, I mean, I don't know.
We do look at that feedback. We actually had feedback, with one person one time where we had a vendor and we were talking about like sponsors and stuff, and I was like, man, our sponsor's not here yet because the audience isn't 1,200 or what, and we actually had a vendor partner go, no, the reason they're not there is because you had a speaker on stage that shit all over the third party inventory. Like they shit all over like cars on our trade.
Yeah, the big 3 is that.
And I was like, oh, I hate when people do that. I'm like, but I don't remember that part. Like, because when you know someone, you know their heart, you realize they're not trying to or whatever. And what I woke up to, I was like, holy shit! Like, not only is that impacting us, I'm like, it's probably impacting that person from getting gigs. So I reached out to that person. I was like, hey, maybe you didn't know this, but here's feedback someone gave me about your deal. Sure. And that person was like, man, I didn't realize that either. So we do. If it's just like, so-and-so was boring, I'm not going to call somebody and ruin their day. Like, bro, people thought your shit was boring. But then we know, like, okay, that person may not be the right fit.
And that's okay, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and listen, we're thankful for everybody that speaks, because the fact of the matter is everybody's coming out on their dime, their time. Yeah. And so, but it's like with the audience, like, we can't give them back their time. No. And we're actually the only, I don't know if you noticed this on our site, we're the only conference with 100% money back guarantee.
Have you had to give it back?
Never, ever.
Not once.
But we tell people, you come to the conference, if by lunch you don't feel like this event was worth it, come up to Chris or myself, we will give you back your money.
Stroke him right
and you
there.
can get the fuck out of the room. Like, hey, I want my money back. Well, can I watch the rest? Like, no, you may not. Get out. But here's the funny thing. Nobody's ever said, man, I hated it. Can I have my money back?
Sure.
And the reason we do that is because we want the pressure on us. Like, we've got to change lives. That's it.
That's it. That's how you guys feel. See, I didn't know that was the goal, so I'm glad I didn't know that, because I think I would have felt too much pressure going in that I was trying to change people's lives. Now, you said you're going to clean up the video.
Well, you're still coming back, dude. Now the pressure's on.
Oh, well, now it's on.
Now you know the pressure's on.
But the pressure's on you to invite me back. I got the rest of it. But you said you're going to clean it up, right? That doesn't mean, like,
No, we're not taking all
Yeah,
the
like
swear
edit,
words.
right? You're not gonna like beep them because that's a lot of beeping.
No, we're cleaning out the yip yap, like the me in between.
Gotcha.
We're just making sure the speaker sessions are the speaker.
Gotcha.
Right? When there's a technical difficulty and we're chatting for 5 minutes about something that has nothing to do with session.
Yeah.
Because the HDMI cable took a dump on, we're not going to leave that in the middle of the video and make people be bored from it. So that's what I mean by clean it up.
Gotcha.
We just want to make sure they get good visuals, good audio, and thankfully Blake.
You have a real pro staff. Is that your guy or is that the D's guy?
Actually, no. Blake, for the first time ever, like he's Frank's guy.
Oh, really? It's Frank's guy.
And we were like, hey, can we also hire your guy? And Blake was like, well, let me check. And Frank goes, yeah. The answer was yeah. So I mean, now he's gonna come and
was
record
great
him as well.
It was great. Very pro. You know what I mean? Very kind of almost calming from video guys. Most video guys are like, oh, I gotta put your mic on.
Bro, you can ask Chris. Before then, that is us.
Yeah.
Like the last event, we've got people ear mic'd and we're doubling up with a Bluetooth mic because one's going through this and one's recording.
Yeah.
And now we got a pro doing it.
That's the first time I ever used a microphone.
Oh, God. I'm not even Catholic, but I have like
yeah, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. I had first time using a microphone. It was fun, dude. It was awesome. I felt like Chris Rock. It's my business partner.
Yes!
I said I did, and it was like this. I got off stage and someone said, "Man, that was stand up meets education. This was really cool." I don't see it that way.
Bro.
We see it. Well, I appreciate that, man. It's awesome. But it felt initially right when we submitted, it felt like a show where I could be. That's who I am. That show is who I am. Do I use vulgarity? Yeah, but it's to prove a point, like we talked about earlier. It's to make a point stick in your brain. I don't write it into the speech.
No.
And you're impressive, right? Because you don't even have slides. Now, is that how you roll when you do straight up presentations?
Yeah, so
like
I used to always have
shows?
these slide decks of visuals. The place where I finally just dumped it was we were speaking at an event. We were down in Clearwater. And I had this whole slideshow about being a good leader and a bad leader. So I had pictures of Jesus and Hitler and all that. I put probably 15 hours into just the images.
Yeah.
And then I get up and I'm going to do it all from my iPad Pro and then control it from my iPhone. In the Wi-Fi in a hotel doesn't talk well. Whole thing went down. And I stepped off the stage and I said to the crowd, I say this about other speakers. If the PowerPoint goes down and you can't do your whole session, you should never be on stage. Now I'm going to practice what I preach.
Right.
And did the whole thing. And I was like, that was so freeing.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to, and I'm like, I'm never going to do it again. Now, it doesn't mean I'll never have a slide or a video that'll, if it really hammers home a point.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, Tony Robbins doesn't do a slideshow.
Sure.
And I'm like, he's the number one motivational speaker in the world and one of the biggest life changers in the world. Slides don't change lives. Connecting with people does.
Sure.
So if they're
just help guide me.
on a slide,
I got too many things here.
well, and that's not a bad thing, right? If the image supports what you're talking about,
that's it. That's all it's for. It's
but
just
for
a trigger.
me, it became a distraction.
Sure.
Because I'm like, oh wait, I'm not to that point yet, or what's my next slide? Go
Some people build the worst fucking slide decks, right? I mean, they just sit there.
You
ever seen them read? Like, yeah, you have a presenter who's just like, these are 13 ways, and he starts at 1. You're like, there's no way we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I gotta sit through 12 more of these ways.
He's gonna do it, right? He's gonna do it. So,
that's awesome.
Matt, we're coming up against it. I try to keep these around a half hour. Like you said, you don't want to waste people's time. Neither do I. In kind of closing, what do people need to know about Rockstar, and what do you just at the end say? Look, yeah, you've heard about Rockstar, but this is what legitimately goes on. This is the deal. What is it?
If you're in the automotive industry, this is a conference that's created by 2 automotive guys. Chris has got a decade in the industry. I've got 24 years in automotive. So, and on retail and vendor side, both of us. So if you want to go to an event that actually cares about you going back and your business and your life being better, I always say no matter where you're at in your business or your life, you're just one moment away.
Right. That's reality.
If you actually want to experience life-changing moments, and when your life changes, your business changes. If you want to experience those, come. That's what they need to know. Go to rockstarconference.com. If you want to
get
experience those,
it's
$95. It's $95 to come to the next one. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. It's not that hard.
We'll give it to you.
And
but
here's
midway,
thing.
You can't come at the end of the show and ask for it. It's either halfway or you're out.
And I'll tell you, if it's okay, I'll tell you this too.
Yeah,
we
please.
actually had a vendor come to us yesterday and go, would you, because he had reached out to talk about vendor stuff, and we're literally talking about putting on an event, vendor education training event, because a lot of vendors come into this business and they don't know how to communicate with dealers. And we were like, you know what? We could actually help dealers by teaching their vendors how to work with them, how to suss out the pain points. So don't be surprised if you see a Rockstar vet coming up, a Rockstar vendor education training.
Well, I would be shocked if I wasn't at that event, considering I am the first to create the vendor management space. All we do is educate vendors. We've been to those shows. If you do that,
And you didn't even know about it till now.
that's a plug-in for Car Biz Done Better, and that's all we do, right? We don't go to these shows to make deals. We go to these shows to make connections. We go to these shows to find people. And if people approach us want to do business, it's the most organic way to do it.
True story.
I don't sit here and just, as you walk around, just, what's your badge? Oh, you're a dealer? Oh, boy.
Right. Let me get the naked body paint girl to come and try and sell you.
It's gross.
So you're going to see us shift into some other verticals too. We love auto. That's our space where we live.
Yeah.
We put on 2 great events for sure in Vegas each year on auto for sales leadership.
You're talking about some of the sales breakout just in the real estate kind of overall sales world, right?
Yep. So you're going to see us in other verticals to help and change lives there, but you're also going to see us working with vendor education training coming up for 2019.
Vendor education training. We got to talk more about that. That is our deal. That is where we're at. Matt, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show. Guys, as always, you can find me, Sean, SEAN, carbizdonebetter.com. As Matt points out, I am personally not on Facebook, but the company is Car Biz Done Better. You'll find us there. I'm all over LinkedIn. The phone number, 262-278-0157. You got a question for Matt, I'll get it to him. Remember, I pick that phone up. No one else does. I respond to these texts. No one else does. Let me know if you got a problem. Otherwise, have a great day.